Hey, I'm just playing with this app and I bought this cat and it's just VTuber and I want to buy the real thing and make my own icon one day, but until then, I'm just going to use this cat as like saving a wallpaper and, just keep it. I want to get a video editor software someday. I want to get VTube someday, but I'm just going to use this as like a placeholder VTube screen for now. And I was actually going to talk about something I learned from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm only on the 3rd chapter, but it has to do with detaching yourself from the fruits of your actions. And I found it so refreshing because I always felt like I had to be a perfectionist, and I wouldn't even do that well or even start, or I would procrastinate from starting unless I could do something perfectly, or unless I really wanted to do it like in a way that still satisfied my ego and my pride that everything I do is perfect and I wanted to be a perfectionist. But I realized that it's not really important to be a perfectionist. It's important to do your best and put your all into it and devote your entire effort and to enjoy the process more than you enjoy the results. So that's the beauty of the Gita. It tells you to detach yourself from the fruits of your actions and detach yourself from the results of the actions and just dedicate it as your work as a service to God. And any work you dedicate to God will make God happy. And it's difficult to believe in God in a personified form, even though it's easier to imagine Him and show devotion to Him in a personified form or dedicate to Him in a personified form. I just feel like it's easier to do it that way, or to chant an incarnation of God, because any incarnation of God is valid. He's infinite. To chant an incarnation of God, or to dedicate something to a visual depiction of God. But really, to me, God is that current which flows through all of us and connects us and binds us and gives us, even though we're all individuals, we're each individual lights, we're all lit by that same current that connects us all and that animates us all the same way. I love this cat. I love this fruit background. It's so playful and fun and cute, and I really want to make a VTuber profile because I think it would be really fun, and I've always wanted to look like, exactly like, I always loved the anime aesthetic, so I would always want to make an anime avatar based off what I want to look like, and that would be fun, and like to make my own background and to make my own clothes and to rig it myself and talk to it. Although it would be fun to put on makeup and talk in a video too, but it would be cool to talk about those videos. So I was deciding today, I started drawing my first I wanted to draw environments more. My mom was telling me to draw more scenery, like draw outdoors, draw a field of flowers, draw a building, draw a lighthouse. But, she always wanted me to draw pastures and like the countryside and like fields and stuff. But I actually was always wanting to draw portraits and people, but recently I've been wanting to draw environments a lot, like whether it's interiors or exteriors. And I've been drawn to that a lot because I want to sort of expand my horizons artistically. And I then want to start adding people to those environments and start making like a complete picture and start sort of world building. So I know there's Skillshare and stuff, and I wanted to get into concept art and line art and illustration and animation, because as opposed to realism, I really gravitate to illustration and sort of stylized animated work, or semi-realistic artwork, as opposed to just realism. And although I like realism a lot, I love John Whitcomb's artwork, so I don't know. I love his gouache paintings, and I love gouache, and I'd love to learn watercolor, but I'm so interested in digital art, and I'm interested in using Poser and Daz 3D or Dazed or Maya or ZBrush and doing 3D sculpting and making renderings using Blender or Maya or ZBrush, and putting items in Poser or Dazed 3D or Dazed or whatever it's called. And I'm interested in world building now. Like, I want to create characters, but I want to put them in environments and put them in worlds. And I think that would be so interesting, and it would be so fun to start doing that with my artwork, whether it's two-dimensional artwork like line art, illustration, animation, art type artwork, which I want to do digitally, or 3D artwork, which I would want to sculpt or put in a Poser app, or put Dazed 3D app, Dazed 3D Dazed app. I love Date Ariane. It's one of my, I'm not very good at playing video games. I love video games because of their characterization, because of the world building, because how fun it is to play them and explore characters and worlds. And I love to chat on the internet with other people, so it's a fun way of chatting with people sometimes. I used to have an IMView account. I don't anymore. But it's just so cool to use. I wish I had a Nintendo Switch so I could play Animal Crossing. But anyways, I have Roblox now, which I was going to play Roblox on this computer. But it's just that I love video games so much, and I love online interaction so much. I find I express myself better in text than in speech. And I would love to make 3D world building, 2D world building, and I would love to explore explore being a VTuber someday. And I'd love to still explore people's philosophical and religious views. And I'm very interested in that. And I'm starting to get more interested in this YouTube channel and making content for this YouTube channel. But I don't care if I have a lot of followers. I don't care if people like my content or not. I just want to do it for the sake of just dedicating it to just doing something for the sake of doing it, for the love of doing it, for the process of doing it, and not caring about the results or the fruits of the action of having a YouTube channel, and not caring about whether people watch it or people like it, but for the sake of my wanting to have a YouTube channel, and for the sake of, connecting with that creative energy that permeates the universe. So I started playing Genshin Impact, and I love it so far, but I keep dying because I fall from the heights, and because if I swim for too long, I run out of energy. But I got to the church and the Knights of Flavorius or whatever, and it was just so fun exploring that world. I love the characters. I love the style of the characters, the animated style. It reminds me of Yandere Simulator a little bit. I love the character style and the school design of Yandere. I love the aesthetics of video games a lot. The character building, the world building. And I love to create whether 2D or 3D characters and worlds through artwork. And I'm very excited about doing that, and I hope I can do that and learn how to do these skills via Skillshare when I get a chance. And sort of get a chance to explore my creativity and have a creative outlet in the sources, and sort of like have a vlog with a VTuber vlog, and sort of have a place to talk about what's on my mind and talk about what I'm thinking. That would be really fun, and it would be very expressive, and I think I would really feel like I'm expressing myself if I had a VTuber. Just sort of vicariously feel like I'm an anime character. That would be fun, and to be stylized in like a cartoon. I love cartoon worlds. I love cartoons, so I would love to see myself as a cartoon. So anyways, that's just what I had in mind. I wonder where this will be, years from now, but I just think it's exciting and interesting, and I love playing with digital art. I love playing with computers and artwork. I've loved it since I was a child. We had a Windows 95 computer. I used to play on MS Paint all the time. I love sketching, making pencil sketches. I love making art on the internet. I love making art, not on the internet, I love making art on computers. I do it offline a lot. I do a lot of art offline, like on Krita, but I also use PowerPoint. I love making art on using digital platforms like computers or drawing pads. translating that work to other environments. I love making collages. I love making digital art. I would love to make 3D art. I'd love to make more 2D art. And I'm just so excited about this. I'm a very visual person. I'm extremely visual. So I would love to explore these realms of creativity and sort of just do it for the process. At first, I used to be like a perfectionist. I would rarely even start art because I wanted the result to be so good. I was afraid nothing I do would live up to what I wanted to try. But now I just devote myself to the process and not the result, and I don't care about what the result will look like as long as I enjoy doing it and do my best while doing it. And you'll be surprised, like you'll be happy with the process, with the outcome if you do it with that attitude, and you'll just sort of be like, that's fine, I'm happy with how it turned out and I did my best, and you'll have no regrets if you do your best. And you'll just enjoy the process and enjoy the moment, and that's what life is made up of is now, and now the moment is now. And we'll just enjoy that process and not worry about starting. You won't be hesitant to start because you just want to actually do the work and not just create something perfect. You won't be putting pressure on yourself to make something perfect. You'll be enjoying doing something, enjoying the process of working on something. And because you enjoy the process so much, your process will inevitably improve and your results will inevitably get better. And so that's just my 2 cents on these types of things, and being a creative person, being a content creator, being an artistic person, and and sort of tying it to my newly acquired readings about my religion on the Bhagavad Gita. And my family is Hindu, and I don't strongly side with any religion, but I am open-minded to Hinduism. I love Hinduism. I think it has a lot of truth and practicality to it, and I love learning from it. I love learning about it. Even though I'm only on chapter 3 of the Gita, I just think it's so great that it can offer such sound advice on how to live your life on a day-to-day basis, and it's truly a way of life. It's a lifestyle. And I just feel like so inspired by what the Gita has to say about living your life and how to make choices and how to attain a certain experiential quality of experience. Well, not experiential quality of experience, that was so redundant. How to attain a sort of experiential quality to your life that is meaningful and that is spiritually redeeming. And finding a spiritual essence to everything you do and putting your soul into everything you do. So I just wanted to talk about that, and I hope you guys thought this video was sort of entertaining, and just do things to experience life, make good choices, make smart choices that benefit yourself, that benefit others, explore who you are, explore the world, and keep loving yourself and loving others.